What's the deal, YouTube? What's the deal, y'all? So, NPCs, gang stalking NPCs. They're everywhere, right? And they want your energy. They want your energy. And when I say energy, I don't mean they want to race you, see who can run faster. Nah, man, they want that spiritual energy. So, first and foremost, gotta get the energy, right? First and foremost, I'd like to say I hope all of y'all are vibrating at a high frequency, not letting no negative energy stop y'all positive. And as you can see by the title, right, I want to talk to y'all about these gang stalking NPCs and how they want your energy. And some of y'all may already know this, right? Oh, God damn, excuse me. Some of y'all, excuse me, y'all. Some of y'all may already know this, right? But I'm going to tell you how to deal with it and how to use it to your advantage, right? So, with the gang stalking NPCs, you have to know that they want your energy. They want you to acknowledge them. They want you to, they want to have a confrontation. They want you to look at them. They want to get in your way. They want you to see them. You know what I'm saying? They want you to see them. And what you have to do is recognize the patterns, right? You got to recognize the patterns of the NPC. And you have to know most NPCs, they don't even know that they're NPCs because a majority of society, majority of the masses, majority of the masses is NPCs, right? And a lot of people don't even know that they're NPCs because they're being controlled by the matrix. They're being controlled by the game, right? This matrix. The people that are asking questions, are questioning shit, that are noticing shit, I'm not gonna say they're chosen, but these are not NPCs. The NPCs are people that are just, but I'm gonna get to the download right now. I'm going on a little drive to get my, you know what I'm saying, get my mind right. I just had a beautiful workout. But the NPCs, right? The NPCs, and most NPCs, they don't even know that they're NPCs. They don't know that, they don't even know what the fuck that shit is. They think that's just some conspiracy theory shit, right? You gotta understand, a lot of people are controlled via frequency, via food, via entertainment, via music, influencers, etc., right? And these are your NPCs. They're not gonna question shit. They're fans of people. You know, they have a favorite fast food they eat. You know what I'm saying? They're NPCs, right? And how you use the NPCs to your advantage, because if you're awakening, if you're starting to have your awakening, you're gonna start noticing that people are botted out, right? And what I'm trying to tell y'all is, right, you gotta recognize the patterns of the NPC, right? If you go into a store, I'm gonna just get right to it. Ain't no need of me trying to, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just get right to it. You go into a store, etc., right? And you see somebody just bullshitting. Those are the Johnnies right there. You see somebody just bullshitting. I see the Johnnies bullshitting right now. Their ass is NPCs too. But you go into a store, a business, etc., right? You see somebody just bullshitting, and they're looking around. They don't know if they want to go right here. They don't know if they want to go right there. They don't know if they want to go right there. This is an NPC tactic. This is what the NPCs usually do, right? They act like they don't know if they want to go left or right, right? And you have to recognize that shit and know that this is an NPC and this person is going to try to have interaction with me. And the standard NPC interaction is, oh, excuse me, my bad. I'm pulling the lever right now so I can spark up this motherfucking ganja. You know what I'm saying? But the standard NPC, their tactic, what they do to try to get your energy is they try to walk into you or in the grocery store, they'll be looking at some shit, right? You'll fuck around and go to the tea, and they won't even want no tea. They'll go to the tea and fuck around and buy a tea and all that shit just because you're right there, right? And they'll try to be in your energy. You know what I'm saying? Try to be in your energy, because you have to understand the NPCs, they're just vessels. They're being used by these spirits. And I don't want to get to losing y'all. I'm not going to lose y'all because I know y'all vibrating high, right? But the NPCs are just vessels. You know what I'm saying? They're being used by spirits. And these spirits that are using the NPCs, these spirits want you to vibrate low. You know what I'm saying? They want you to vibrate low. So they using the NPCs to get around you, etc., to try to walk into you, try to synchronize with you, all this shit, right? And the NPC, they don't know that they're NPCs, right? The NPC is thinking in his head like, oh, I think I want some tea. And they don't even know why they want to walk by the tea section. It's because you're right there. And they want to get right there by you so they can be in your energy. And what you have to know, you have to avoid the synchronization, the synchronicities. You have to use their energy, that little energy that they have, the little troll energy. I'm trying to get to the fucking freeway so I can just drive for real, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you have to use the NPC's energy, right? You have to be able to harvest that energy, use it to your advantage, because they want to get in, they want to walk into you, get all in your path, etc., right? And they don't be knowing why they doing this shit. And we surrounded by NPCs because most people you see are bots, bro. Most of the masses are bots. They being controlled by the food, the music, you know what I'm saying? They don't have their thoughts, they don't have their mind. You have to know most of these motherfuckers are like this. And from what I've noticed is it's mostly the inorganic species that be NPCs, bro. They be black NPCs too, you know what I'm saying? But it's really gonna be, because majority of the masses is NPCs. So if you go to a area where it's a lot of this race or this race or this race, they're going to be the majority of the NPCs. And there's not a lot of black people nowhere. It's just a little bit of us everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you can go to California. Well, it's a lot of like how in California, how it's a lot of Hispanics. It's not a lot of black people nowhere, bro. It's just a little bit of us everywhere. It's a little bit of black people in LA, a little bit of black people in Texas, a little bit of black people in Arizona, a little bit of black people in Philly. You know, it's just a little bit of black people everywhere. It's not like we just one place thick as hell, like just deep. Just a little bit of us everywhere, right? So the majority, whatever it is, the majority, whatever race is the majority, is going to be the majority of the NPCs. So if you go to California and the majority is 15 million, they're the majority of the population, they're going to be a majority of NPCs, right? So how you deal with the NPC, you don't pay them no attention. You have to understand the NPC is like a little sad puppy that wants to play with the tennis ball. They want you to throw the tennis ball. They want to go back and forth. They want that energy. You know what I'm saying? And how you use that shit to your advantage is you just don't give them no energy. You have to know what's going on, be aware, and avoid this shit. You know, you may be in the grocery store and it's somebody just following you and what they gonna do, they'll follow you, right? Try to get by you and then try to walk into you on purpose and just to say excuse me, just to be in your energy. Just to be in your energy. Just to be in your aura. You know what I'm saying? And you have to just start paying attention and recognizing. You have to know this. When anytime that happens, when somebody says, oh, excuse me, my bad, these are NPCs. Because it's like, why the fuck are you not paying attention? You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck are you not paying attention? You're an NPC. You have to understand. You have to recognize this shit. Pay attention to when it's happening and recognize what's like before this shit happened and avoid it. Like if you realize like every time I'm about to get some chips out the aisle or about to go grab a gallon of water, it's always somebody right there and they just acting like they just looking at the price or reading some shit. And once I get in their vicinity or once I walk right here, they walk into me, etc. You have to understand every time that happens, you're exchanging energy. You know what I'm saying? And you may be feeling good, you may be vibrating high, and somebody just get by you in your aura. You have to understand, your aura can expand miles. You know what I'm saying? and somebody get next to you with some dark energy. They could have just did a ritual or anything. And they get to walking by you, trying to walk into you, trying to bump into you, all that shit. You got to avoid that shit. You got to recognize it so you know what to avoid. And once you start recognizing this shit, you avoid this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, for instance, I got to give y'all examples, right? So you know what I'm talking about when I say recognize it. And I got to, you know, bring some humor to it so y'all get the download, right? So say, for instance, if somebody, you go to school, right? You in class and somebody is walking, you notice that every time somebody walks in class and they musty, they kind of stink a little bit. They get by you and they start passing gas. They start doing nasty shit. They start farting and all that shit, right? You start recognizing that shit. You start noticing it, right? So then when somebody walks in class and they musty and they stinking, you can avoid that because you know they're going to pass gas, right? You know they're going to pass gas. So you know, okay, this motherfucker musty. Let me move over here because I know they're going to pass gas, right? And this is an example for like how to avoid the NPC. Once you start recognizing these little, it could be gang stalkers too. Even if it's gang stalker, this can apply to the gang stalkers too. Once you start recognizing the little synchronicities, and if you're not familiar with what synchronicities is, it's where people try to time it and walk into you or try to have an interaction with you, right? You walking out the store, you walking right here, and I'm gonna just take my time and just wait until you and try to walk at your pace so we walk into each other, right? Once you start noticing these synchronicities and all this shit, you walk and you see somebody going your same pace, just stop. You know what I'm saying? Because these are NPCs or they could be gang stalkers, right? That's what I'm telling y'all. And they both do the same shit because it's all spiritual, right? Whether it's somebody watching you, trying to get the drops on you, seeing what gets under your skin, or whether it's an NPC being used by a spirit from the spiritual realm, which already know, and the spirit already knows who you are, the shit to do. The spirit already knows who you are and what to do to get under your skin, right? You know what I'm saying? It could be a spiritual gang stalking, or it could be the organized gang stalking, where it's an actual organization doing this shit and they got people following you. You know what I'm saying? But with the NPC shit, you have to recognize it and avoid it. You have to also know that majority of people are NPCs and they can be activated at any time, right? There's no telling what they're putting in the food. There's no telling what the frequencies on the radio, etc. And everybody's participating in this shit, right? So they can get activated at any time, right? And you have to know this shit. Majority of people that you see are NPCs. They're not questioning this game that we're in. You know what I'm saying? Just like the person that just got right there on the side of me. You know what I'm saying? And they'll do shit like that. They'll get on the side. It can be gang stalkers. They say it don't matter though, right? Whether you're dealing with some gang stalking or whether you're dealing with some NPCs. You know what I'm saying? You have to just recognize the signs, the patterns, and avoid this shit. And when you avoid it, say if you know somebody's trying to start a confrontation with you, trying to argue with you, etc. You know this shit. You be aware of this shit, recognize it, and avoid it. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna get all that energy from them because they wasted energy trying to start an argument, trying to start a confrontation, etc. They giving energy, and you just sitting there. All that energy is going to you. Now you use that energy. You can go work out with that shit. You can manifest with it. Manifest some money with this shit. Anything. You know what I'm saying? You got to use because once you start having your awakening, you're gonna have a lot of energy, and the NPCs are here to drain your energy, stop you from manifesting. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be by you. And whether it's, you probably see this shit right now, whether it's motherfuckers just want to drive, and I'm glad I'm filming like that too, whether it's somebody just want to drive on the side of you while you driving, or whether it's somebody trying to walk into you on purpose just so they can say, my bad, that was an accident. And it could have really been an accident. They don't know why they want to just walk into you. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand, NPCs, that's some real shit. There's really people out here that are botted out. You know what I'm saying? That are botted out. Like the NPC shit, that is some real shit. You have to understand that shit. There's really people out here that are botted out. You know what I'm saying? And you have gang stalkers too. You know, and that's how the gang stalkers are able to do this shit for so long without anybody, you know, catching on to this shit. Motherfuckers is catching on now because we're getting upgraded. You know what I'm saying? And if you're getting gang stalked right now and you're starting to notice this shit, you've been getting gang stalked your whole life. You just probably haven't. You just weren't aware of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you was asleep. You was an NPC. Once you not an NPC no more, once you start waking up asking questions and shit, break from your friend group, because most NPCs are in a group of people, and they're all on that same frequency. You know what I'm saying? Once you get away from you might be an NPC right now, you don't even fucking know it. You in a group of friends and shit, y'all all just, it's like seeing a bunch of Edgars walking around. They don't know that they're fucking NPCs. They just vibrating low on the same, they don't know they NPCs. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know that shit. You know? And the whole purpose of these is to get your energy, right? Because if you vibrating high, you're not gonna be getting if you vibrating low on the frequency of the NPC, you're not gonna be getting attacked. Once you get the vibrating high and shit, that's when you start getting attacked. Not even attacked, that's when these NPCs try to start getting your energy, try to synchronize with you, and they don't know why they doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta know how to deal with this shit. You gotta use it to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? Use that shit to your advantage. So, just wanted to talk to y'all real quick about these NPCs. I feel like I ain't really said much in this video. But yeah, you gotta use that shit to your advantage, man. Because a lot of people don't even know that they NPCs. They don't. You know what I'm saying? So what you have to do, you got to recognize the signs and avoid that shit. Because you have to know every time you have an interaction with somebody walking to you, just not aware of your energy. You know what I'm saying? You're not aware of your shit. Every time you have an interaction, you walking, or it's not you walking into nobody. And I'm starting to see so much more of this shit. And you have to know it's with the Gangstalking shit, you got motherfuckers out here faking like they being gang stalked. So when you get to talk about some gang stalking shit, motherfuckers think you crazy. You got motherfuckers out here actually harassing people, saying that they're being gang stalked. Motherfucker, you're harassing motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And it's usually the inorganic species. Like the NPCs are usually the inorganic species. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to question shit. Because it's like, why would you question any of this shit when it's in your favor? You know what I'm saying? Black people be questioning shit because it's like, why the fuck is this shit not fair? You know what I'm saying? We be questioning this shit. It's hard to be an NPC when you asking questions, you know? A lot of the NPCs are the inorganic species. You gotta know this shit. And really, it's like I'm telling y'all, majority of the masses are NPCs. And there's not a lot of black people nowhere. You can't go nowhere on this planet, bro. Nowhere. In the United States, for sure, or nowhere that I know, other than like Africa. And it's just black people. It's just black people, just comfortable. Maybe in Africa, Jamaica, but I'm talking about like in America, there's nowhere you can go where it's a lot of black people. It's just a little bit of us. Think about what I'm saying. I'm talking about black people. You can go to California, it's a lot of Mexicans. You fuck around, go to Arizona, it's a lot of fucking states in the United States with a lot of Mexicans, with a lot of Caucasians, etc. But from my experience on this planet, it's nowhere you can go and it's like, oh yeah, it's a lot of black people in that state. I ain't been down south. It might be a lot of people, black people, a lot of black folk down south. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So what I'm saying with the NPC shit, for the most part, the NPCs are going to be the inorganic species. You know what I'm saying? And when you're dealing with some gang stalking, when you're getting gang stalked by NPCs, you have to take your time. You gotta know you gotta take your time, because and you got, it's all type of shit out here. It's reptilians, all type of shit. I'm talking to y'all about the NPCs though. When you're being gang stalked by NPCs, you gotta take your time, because you gotta know they want your energy. They want to be in your energy. They want to try to put some dark energy on you. And sometimes, a lot of the times, motherfuckers don't even know why. And it could be organized too. I can't say they don't know why they doing this shit. But just recognize the shit. It's not up to you. You can't change what somebody else does. You can only change how you react to it. You can't control what somebody else does. You can only control how you react to the shit. You know what I'm saying? So what you have to do is recognize when all these little interactions that these motherfuckers are trying to have with you, recognize it, be aware of it, and avoid it. You can't control these NPCs. You can't get mad and be like, oh, why you this and that? You can't. It's going, even you just thinking about it's gonna waste your energy. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you smell a motherfucker musty, you ain't gonna be like, damn, this motherfucker musty. Like, damn, you musty, nigga. Like, damn, yo, you fucking stink. You gonna know this shit? Like, that motherfucker musty, and you gonna avoid this shit. You ain't gonna just give all your energy to this shit. When you got an NPC trying to get in your vicinity, trying to get you to acknowledge them, just know it, be aware of this shit, and avoid this shit. And then you gonna see like, man, this motherfucker like a sad little puppy. They just want me to say hi. You know what I'm saying? They just want to get in the way. You'll fuck around and walk out of the NPC way, and they'll still be like, oh, excuse me, my bad. What the fuck is you saying my bad for? I'm way over here. You're not in my way, shit. I already know you're gonna try to walk and get in my way. Motherfucker will be 5 feet away from you just trying to walk. They just want to get in your way just to say, my bad. I'm sorry, man. Just look at me. That's how the NPC be. They just look at me. Just damn, do I gotta step on your shoe? You got all that energy and you just don't give a fuck about me? Like, damn, just look at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just acknowledge me, please. Can you just look at me? That's how the NPC be. They be like, this motherfucker is not going to acknowledge me, or I'm going to have to walk into this motherfucker. I'm going to have to bump into them. You know what I'm saying? This person over here looking at diapers, I know damn well I ain't got no fucking kids. Let me go over here and walk down the diaper aisle. You know what I'm saying? And you got gangstalkers, you got witches working for the government. You got all type of shit, right? And motherfuckers try to get around you, just try to put some dark energy on you. That is I try my hardest to avoid people, especially the inorganic fucking species. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay attention to shit. You have to pay, and I can't say once you start doing this and once you start doing that, it's gonna make you more aware. Everybody chooses to have their awakening at a different time, right? But you have to just start paying attention to shit. Pay attention to how you feel when strangers get by you. Because when people try to get in yours, you have to understand your aura is big. When your energy is big, it expands. You know what I'm saying? And people will be trying to get close to you to try to put some dark energy on you, trying to exchange energy with you. Just walking by you, that shit will throw you. Once you're conscious of energy, you will realize, like, damn, certain people, it could be a witch, etc. That's just like, this world is crazy, bro. Certain people can walk by you and fuck with your energy, anything. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be letting people get too close to you. You don't want to just be having interaction with strangers, just talking to strangers and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Because all that shit is like, it's all energy. And we in the spiritual warfare right now. And this shit is heavy. The spiritual warfare is heavy right now, bro. This shit is crazy. But I ain't gonna make this shit too much longer. I just wanted to chop it up with y'all about these NPCs and what to do when you're being gang stalked by NPCs. You have to just be aware and avoid it. And when you're avoiding it and somebody's trying to do all this shit, trying to get you to acknowledge it, they ain't doing nothing but giving you energy. Harvest that energy and manifest with the energy. Take their energy. You know what I'm saying? Transmute the shit. Use alchemy. You know what I'm saying? You got to use alchemy with these beings. And most of the NPCs are going to be the inorganic species. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, they want your energy. They want you to say hi. They want you to acknowledge them. They want to be in your presence. And then you got witches, you got gang stalkers that want to put that dark, evil energy they got in them on you. And they can do that just by being in your presence, just being around you. You know what I'm saying? So just be conscious of who you let around you, like strangers. I should not even say that shit, but you may not be aware that you got motherfuckers draining your energy. And when they drain your energy, they stopping you from manifesting. You know what I'm saying? They taking away that happy feeling you got, that loose. Trying to get in your presence, trying to get in your energy to get that loose. So, hope all y'all vibrate at a high frequency. Put the chop it up with y'all. Yeah, man, you can't let the motherfucking NPCs get your energy though. Just be aware of what they try to do, and because there's times I be in the store, all type of shit. I don't want to have to say what the fuck, you know. Cause I already know it's shit sent to me, all type of shit. I don't want to be like, yeah, this happened, and they be like, oh yes, that got to him. We're gonna send some more of that shit. But it's all type of shit. I just be avoiding shit. Say if somebody trying to follow you or something, and you just avoid this shit, and you will see this shit. Motherfuckers will try to force interaction so bad they'll fuck around and accidentally really bump into somebody else, and you just avoiding them. You like, look at this motherfucker, just trying so hard to just get in the way. It's like, motherfucker, don't you know I got a peripheral vision? You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand, the inorganic species, it's mostly them that are NPCs. You know what I'm saying? And when they try to have these interactions with you, just avoid this shit. Cause that's how the Gangstalkers are able to get away with any bullshit, because the inorganic fucking species, y'all, it's like the same shit. You don't know if it's a Gangstalker, it's just the inorganic being. You don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Gotta just avoid this shit, right? So I ain't gonna make this shit too much longer, man. I hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency. And how to deal with the gang-stalking NPCs. You use alchemy, use their energy against them. You know what I'm saying? You harvest their energy. Because they're gonna be trying so hard to get you to acknowledge them. They'll fuck around and try to, because it's the energy. And they're just bodies, they're just vessels being used by spirits. So they don't know why they want to just get by you and all this shit. The spirit in them, they know. They want to get by you. They're going to do just this shit that's going to lower your frequency, because they NPCs, you know what I'm saying? They're just vessels. You got to know that shit. You got to recognize it, avoid it, and as it's happening, as it's like while the NPCs actively trying to get you to acknowledge them, just keep on avoiding their ass. You know what I'm saying? Keep on avoiding them. And you'll see that like they're just like a sad little puppy. Even if it's a Gangstalker, you'll see like, damn, I feel bad for you. Like, you really have to just go around and try to get a reaction out of me. And once you realize what's going on, it don't bother you no more. You just like, damn, that's what's going on. That's why you gotta vibrate higher than this shit. I don't want to hear this shit. Hell no. Yeah, like with the gang stalking and all that shit, you gotta just vibrate higher than this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just vibrate higher, just work out. And then you just be looking at the gang stalkers and the whole organization, like the whole species, like, y'all are just some pathetic beings. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, that's what y'all gotta do? That shit crazy. So I ain't gonna make this video too much longer. Hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency. Don't let the gang stalking get you out your character or get any of your energy. Don't let the NPCs get none of your energy. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many bots. They everywhere, bro. It's like 2% of the masses see what's going on. 98% is bots and NPCs. You know what I'm saying? So I hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.